by drawing on their own experiences in the environment and playing and traveling on ice, our youth can make a positive contribution toward understanding how ice is changing in the far north, and then using that to help keep their communities safe.
I think the reason I got into the field I'm in right now, which is hydrology in the north, is that I grew up in Iowa, and I used to really enjoy spending time by rivers. I used to like going trapping and hunting along rivers during a freeze up.
We are affected by changes in our ice. It is an important indicator of climate change. It is an important feedback loop in our atmosphere for reflecting light back to our planet, that white surface. And really, it's the lifeblood of many of our communities. It is the way that if you don't live on the road system, which many of our communities in the far north are not, then the river is your transportation route.
A really important part of our project is trying to improve awareness of dangerous ice conditions and improve public safety. Every year there are people in Alaska, whether they're traveling for subsistence or traveling for recreation on ice, that get into serious trouble. And particularly because kind of the freeze up season is becoming longer over time, and there's kind of a longer period where people can't safely travel by boat or by snow machine or vehicle on the ice. And so providing data about what the thickness of ice is and sharing photographs and things like that and information on social media to try to improve awareness.
Fresh Eyes on Ice gives the opportunity and the excuse to get your students outside, or the youth in your after-school club outside, observing the environment and seeing some of those things that we all have to hit anyway in the next generation science standards and in our state and local standards. We are looking at change through time. We're looking at cause and effect. We're hitting some of those key concepts that you want your students to understand in physics, in ecology, and through the inclusion of local and indigenous knowledge in our education program through Fresh Eyes on Ice. We're also hitting some of the key cultural standards for educators, schools, and curricula.
We have different community monitoring teams, which are basically a teacher and their students, and then hopefully a local scientist in the community, which could be an elder or some other expert, getting them out and actually just taking measurements of ice thickness and snow depth monthly basis, and then reporting those data to us, and then we actually report them to the Weather Service and share them more broadly. We also are trying to get students to take photographs during freeze up and break up, both from the ground and then also using drones or UAVs that we supply them.
We have a professional development program for teachers, and more broadly, we have teaching resources in the form of culturally responsive lesson plans. They follow the classic inquiry model, all of them, the 5E model, except for we start with the elders, listening to elders in our community and local knowledge holders, and start with our own personal stories and connection to ice. If you can understand how to collect, use, and communicate data, then you have power to help determine your own future.
Takeaway message from teachers: get your students out on the ice, get them excited about being scientists, and report us your data, because we're really excited to get it, and it serves a valuable purpose both for scientists and your community.